Hello, people of YouTube. It is me, Nico, aka the founder of Misery Productions, and welcome to weekly update number 91. And we have a guest star here. Hi, Nemo. Hi, buddy. Yeah, he's here with me today. And first off, guys, let me just say this is another weekly update. Really this is going over last week's events. But let's get started. So, as always, Genosis is still really in that stage where nothing's been going on with it. However, I am planning to make a trip to the Lego store in Ontario, possibly, but I'll have a little bit more info about that. And also, I do have an official date to go to the Lego store on my birthday, which is in 2 weeks from today. So, there is a possibility I could acquire more brown parts to make the Geonosis Inspire facility. But, for now, that's really all that I have for Geonosis, so nothing new there still. The mock tip segment, as I said already earlier, guys, this weekly update is already late. And hopefully by the time this is uploaded, the the mock tip segment will already be up. I have officially gotten James Universe as the special guest for the premiere edition of the series, and this will be up soon, hopefully. So, one of the biggest things is the new Clone Wars mocks. I told you guys I am continuing the FCM series under a new name, but now it's really not the fans' choice, if you will. That's why it's not the fans' choice mock system anymore. It's really how I was running my old system of making mocks, but now it's more official, and I pretty much am choosing other sophisticated mock planets and trying to get everything else situated with that. So, I have a few of the planets scheduled already for fall. However, I do not think, fall will only be until December 21st. So, I have to get at least a couple of mocks done by that time. Whether they're huge or not, the size will vary on each Clone Wars mock, but I want to get at least 4 mocks done for this brand new season of Clone Wars mocks. And the good thing is, I was able to place my Bricklink order this weekend, which did contain some parts for the upcoming Clone Wars mock that I am planning to get done. Mostly it just contained parts for the figures, but I am also working on parts for the scenery of that as we speak. So, enough on that. Now I'm going to get down to what I said about the Lego store trips. As of right now, I'm not sure if I'm going to the Lego stores this next upcoming weekend, because it's kind of a bad occasion that I'm going there. My great-grandpa just died, and this weekend's the funeral, but this is one of the only times I'll have a chance to go down to LA again. So I'm hoping that before the funeral comes, since we're arriving a day early, that maybe I could make a trip down there. I don't know, we'll see. But that's one possible trip. So I'm going to talk with my grandparents the next couple of days and see how I'm going to proceed with that. And if not, then I have a for sure Lego store trip for Sacramento, the Sacramento Lego store, on my birthday, on the day of my birthday. So that is one for sure thing that's going to happen. Now, whether or not they're going to have pieces for some of my mocks, that's going to be determined when I go there. Unless I can call ahead early, which I plan to do if I go to Ontario as planned. And Sacramento, but I can only pretty much call like at least 3 days in advance, if I want to reserve something. So, yep, that's pretty much it for the information on the Lego store trips. Now, the battle droid order, that order is still under review. I have the money for that order, but I just never had the chance to pay it. So if I get the chance, I will pay off that order and get Hunter his money, but also we'll hopefully have the base plates to continue this setup by the time I have Hunter's payment for, or by the time I give Hunter his payment for the battle droids. So hopefully by the time this gets situated, I'll have the setup for the droid army and the clone army. Luckily for me, these next couple of mocks aren't going to really involve droids too much, so that's on the plus side. And hopefully once the droid army is done, like I've been saying for the past couple of updates, the clone army, the overall clone army, will make its final appearance in 2012. So that's what I still have planned. Now as for this mock here, quick little note, more than likely well, I mean, not more than likely, but for sure this week I don't have a Bricks by the Bay update. But as I told you guys before, or I may have mentioned this before, this is pretty much going to be the all-star convention mock. So for all the conventions that I go to, BrickCon, Bricks Cascade, and Bricks by the Bay, this mock will make its appearance there. So I'm thinking that if this mock can get finished by the time that Bricks Cascade, at least a month in advance, then I am teaming up, well, not teaming up, but I'm going to get advice from James Universe on how to proceed with more detail than what the mock already has, because that's pretty detailed if you ask me. But you know, of course I want to make it more detailed if God given I have the time for putting extra detail into this mock. But for sure thing, guys, I got all of the pieces that I needed to finish up the sniper towers for the sniper towers amongst the pyramids. I also got all the pieces I need. I actually got quite a few extra pieces to finish off the pathway for the roads connecting the pyramids to the main sections going throughout the forest. So that's good. And also well, actually I think that's pretty much it that I got for the Yavin 4 mock in that BL order. So I think that's pretty nice that I got that done already. All I really need now is the tiles to finish off the smooth textured detail for the pyramids. I'm not going to really call it snot. You know, I realize that that term is more strictly used for the rock structures. So I'm just pretty much going to have it as a flat texture and not call it too much of a snot technique anymore. But that's as far as I've gotten with that. And that's pretty much it for the events that have been going on with that mock this week. I still haven't gotten any word on the customs for that mock, but hopefully in the next week or so, I'm hoping that the team can come out and we can start working on this mock, putting all of these parts that I've acquired here and some of the newer parts that I'm about to receive into the mocks. So that's what I'm hoping I can get done at least by next week. So that is pretty much it for all of the events that have pretty much been done in the garage. Oh, and still haven't been mentioning that because the Rishi mock has not even been worked on yet. I haven't even touched it. I haven't even begun placing the bricklink orders I need for the parts for that. You know, I still have the same parts in the containers in the bedroom. So that's pretty much it for all of the stuff in the garage. Now let's get down to all of the stuff that is in my bedroom. Alright guys, so now I'll bring you to the second half of this update. And quick little thing here, little info on how planning to go to all of these other conventions is going. So since I've decided to keep these two newer conventions that I have found out about on my venue list, I have pretty much extended the production team's roster, if you will, and pretty much we're not making this the Bricks by the Bay team. We're pretty much making it the overall convention team now that these other two conventions, BrickCon and Bricks Cascade, are under consideration. Now, of course, the Bricks Cascade, well, the convention team has to be ready, and all of the mocks, well, not all of them, but at least the Yavin 4 mock have to be ready by, I'd say, around January, early to mid-January, because Bricks Cascade, which was originally in June last year, has been moved up to March, basically around, pretty much it's only a week earlier from when last year's Bricks by the Bay event, or this past year's Bricks by the Bay event occurred. So pretty much now I have to get everything set up, because I actually plan to promote more than just Star Wars at this venue. With contribution to my little sister, I plan to promote the Hunger Games category of Lego. I also plan to endorse a little bit of the zombie category of Lego, and possibly the Avengers category of Lego, but I'm kind of not leaning towards the Avengers right now. But more or less the Hunger Games and Assassin's Creed categories of Lego, I do plan to have smaller size scale mocks, contributing to the endorsement of having a Lego category specifically for those venues. It may not be a popular category, but at least I want to give those two categories some publicity of their own at the Cascade convention. So that's why I'm keeping all of the conventions under tabs right now. So a little stray away from Lego football. The past weekend, 49ers played, and get this, guys, we played against the St. Louis Rams, which they're pretty much, we're rivals with everyone in our division. Everyone in the division hates us pretty much. But St. Louis, they have a real major problem with us, because it goes back to the days when they were the LA Rams, and then, the San Francisco 49ers, just, 6 hours away from each other. It's that whole city rivalry kind of thing. But we played them, and the game ended in a tie. Now, I knew ties could happen, but I just didn't expect the 49ers would be the first one to have a tie game in over 4 years. The last tied game was, I believe, it said ATL versus Detroit back in 2008. So, the first tied game in over 4 years. And the 49ers haven't had a tied game since the game against Atlanta back in 1986. So close to over 20 years, 15 years since the 49ers had a tie game. So, that was probably the biggest thing for non-Lego. Well, the second thing that came up close to that, as you guys know, I'm a big Laker fan also. They finally fired Mike Brown. So I was very pleased with that decision, because I didn't really like the way Mike Brown was coaching the Lakers anyway. So not to mention, we probably had the worst start of the season in franchise history. Well, one of the worst starts, if I may. And I'm really glad to see him go, There were rumors about Phil Jackson coming back, but I highly doubt it. He wants a lot of money to come back, and I highly doubt we can fork out that much for him. So that is pretty much it for all the non-Lego categories. Now we get down to the more serious stuff. I already gave you guys the info that I just placed the Bricklink order for the parts for the prison mock, or some parts for the prison mock earlier, but pretty much more of those parts coming in this latest Bricklink order are for the Bricks by the Bay mock, so I'm not going to go too much into that. But parts for the mock, the Clone Wars mock for the prison cafeteria will be coming soon enough, because I plan to do a little bit more sketching on how I'm going to do that mock. So I finally got the review up on this figure. That's probably another big thing. But also I ordered a Bricklink order for a couple of custom legs, some old Bionicle parts, and I plan to make my own version of the mechanical Darth Maul, and hopefully get him as part of the new Lego Brotherhood of the Sith collection that I'm trying to start off, because as you guys may have already seen in some of the Star Wars trailers, he and Savage team up with the Death Watch to pretty much try to overthrow the Jedi Order and turn the tides of the war around to focusing against the Republic and the Separatists going against the Brotherhood of the Sith. So that was probably a big thing. Which brings me to the latest Lego Star Wars, but the latest Star Wars The Clone Wars episode. Now, I kind of I like the point of it, but I didn't like the ending. For me, Ahsoka gets taken by the pirates. I kind of have an idea what they're going to do with her under their control. You know, probably sell her into slavery, or at least try to sell her to the Separatists. But I know slavery is going to come into a factor because of that. So, you know, I didn't like the end result of this episode, and probably it's my most disappointing episode ever. Yes, I am an Ahsoka fan, you know, but that doesn't give you guys the right to diss me about it. You know, I personally like most of the Jedi, and you know, Ahsoka is one of the more liked characters for me. So let me just put this camera back in zoom. That is pretty much it for that. Now a little bit of minifix for you stuff. Minifix for you. The weapon sales have been going decently well. All the premium customs have sold out. So even the 501st Trooper, which I just reviewed about a week ago, close to 2 weeks ago now, has you know, sold out finally. So no premium customs are available. So none of the troopers you would be seeing on the minifix for you section of my display stand are available at this moment. But I'm sure right after Christmas, a new holiday line of premium customs will be available. I cannot say that I have information on that, nor can I say that I do not have information on that. So that is for you guys to find out later on, and that was for me to know. So that's it for that. Still haven't acquired any new Series 8 minifigures, or Series 7 or Series 6. Oh, and actually, in this most recent purchase, I did get the Series 6 Leprechaun out of this Bricklink order. So, you know, I plan to get him and then find a way to get the genie and the robot. So, to complete Series 6, that's what I got to do. But at least I got one Series minifigure this week. And I still have not placed the Bricklink order purchase for the remaining Avenger members. And actually, I might plan on promoting an Avengers mock at the Cascade convention as well. Still no new info on the Galactic Civil War prizes. I might get more Stormtroopers at the Lego store this weekend if I can. But if I don't get that, then more than likely by the next weekly update, the Lego Mock Contest 2.0 will be canceled. And I'm just going to have to wait to restart the whole mock contest thing later on when my channel has more popularity and notoriety. So the last thing I want to say is just, as you guys know, I'm always looking to increase my clone army and droid army numbers. So if you guys have any phase 2 clones, let me know, and we could probably work something out for trade or anything like that. I'm definitely in need of more phase 2 clones now that the new mock era has started for me. Also, actually guys, big thing here, I'm looking for pieces like this to complete my Umbara troopers. I need at least a couple more. All those Umbara troopers came off Bricklink, so, you know, I don't think I could find another store that has all the parts. So, if you guys have any parts like that, all it is basically a white helmet, a Atlantis helmet, visor, a Mandalorian head, an old Exoforce blue and white torso, and Snowtrooper legs. That's all it really is. So, if you guys have those parts, let me know. And of course, if you guys have any CAC weapons you'd like to trade, even though I could probably get those at a decent price, you know, let me know, hit me up. You have more Mandalorians also, hit me up on that as well. So, that's pretty much it for this weekly update. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the actually, no I won't. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. Unless I decide to do weekly update number 92 and LEGO Star Wars Old Republic update 72 the weekend I'm at the funeral, which more than likely I'm not, because that's probably going to be a sad occasion for me. So, yeah. See you guys in 2 weeks. Please rate, comment, and sub, and I'll see you guys in the next update or the next videos I have after this. Bye, guys.